Hi, my name's Tony. This is my 1970 Neptune Blue Lowlight Bus. A friend in Sydney we've known for my older son Owen knew him a bit before I did, but yeah, he'd had it for about 8 years and got it off the previous owner. It was in storage for easily nearly 30 years, since the late 80s, early 90s. He had another lowlight exactly the same, a white one, which was even better condition he didn't want to sell. And I just, hassled him and tried to get him to sell it. And Owen had a few words to him and he finally ended up selling it to me. So yeah, that's where it all started, So it's just been a really bachelor love, really wanted to get it on the road and get it going. So it took a bit of money and a bit of time, but we got it to this stage. Virtually, the plan I had was exactly the same plan that Dave, the guy I bought it off, he said to me, I'll only sell it to you if you don't cut it up and hack it up and do this to it, whatever. But yeah, when I finished it, I sent him photos and he just loved it, But it's not up to him, it's up to what I like. But it was just, he liked the same kind of style of bus, Similar engine, the stance. Didn't want me to really hack it up or muck around with it too much or respray it or anything, so because it's pretty much 90% original paint, this bus. So started out, it's a 2007 engine with 44 Webers, CB crank, 44 Pancito heads and a Engel 100 cam, and that's all been put together and built by Steve Natoli, same guy up Noosa, up Sunshine Coast. It's got a 6-rib later model box in it, Willwood front brakes, 3.5-inch narrowed beam, Bilstein shocks, and the wheels on it are the Speedmaster Pros, I think they were. But yeah, I didn't want to go too crazy with it. Steve wanted to build, a neck snapping engine for me, but I said, no, I just wanted something that's more torquey and still, nice and drivable. I can just hop in this thing anywhere and drive anywhere, We just went for a bit of a run just earlier in the week up to Bribie Island, me and my wife. It sits on the freeway at 100, 110, no problem. Hasn't got a freeway flyer, but that's probably the next step I'd like to do, is just put a slightly taller fourth gear in it. But otherwise, it's pretty much where I want it to be,
What got you into V-dubs and how long have you been in the V-dub scene for?
I got my first, I had a 74 Flipper Blue Beetle, which I bought from down in Sydney where I originally came from, and it was built by a lot of guys probably heard of him, Adrian Corsa from Power Tune. It had a nice little 1835 in it. And that started my love, because a friend of mine had a nice little 72 model Beetle. And yeah, we started doing the Volkswagen Nationals down there when it was at Park Lee before it went to Fairfield. And yeah, just got to meet a lot of guys there. And then me and Kim, had our first child, which was my oldest son, Owen, and it was a bit hard to have a Beetle and put a capsule in the back, so I ended up selling it and had a few Commodores and stuff and went along the way. And then as we got older and I just wanted the Bug again, and so I bought another Bug when it would have been probably about, probably 30, 32. And yeah, just had that for a few years and had a little Type 3 fastback. And yeah, just again, with kids and life and that, sold them. And then bought another Beetle again, only probably just over 10 years ago. And found this and sold that Beetle and bought this, and here we are now. But yeah, my two sons, my wife's got a Beetle, we've got a bit of a collection at home, and just the atmosphere and the people you meet and cruising around. And I had a few fast Commodores and lost my license and got into trouble, but you don't do that now with these cars. So, and as you get older, but no, it's just good cruising around, meeting people, going to shows, and yeah, just a good lifestyle.
What is your dream Volkswagen?
God, that's hard. There's so many, mate, really,
What if you had to pick one?
Oh, jeez, yeah. A nice oval would be nice, you know, just a nice clean oval. Doesn't have to be completely slammed, but just, yeah, a nice clean oval, or just a nice early bus, you know, would be nice too, a nice splitty bus. But yeah, the bays just tend to drive a little bit nicer than the splitties, but mate, the technology now, what you can buy for them, you can make anything drive nice, you know, so. But yeah, a nice oval or a nice early splitty. But nah, I'm happy with this one, mate. This will stay with me, and nah, I'm up to this stage and I'm pretty happy with this one, so. Yeah, well, this bus is a little bit different to some of the lowlights. I haven't seen another one around, but this is the Danbury edition. Danbury was a camper company in UK Essex, and this one went to the factory. I don't know the full story, but from what I heard, went to the factory and was going to have the roof cut out and put a pop top in it, because this has got full belly pans under it. So it's got a little Danbury edition badge just under the rear deck lid. But yeah, it's got a few sections in the back. There's a few plugs that have been plugged in the holes where a sink would have been put in this corner here. There's another couple of little plugs in the wheel arch underneath on the other side where the stove would have gone. It's got a little internal little cupboard area up the top here. Yeah, so it's a Danbury edition. Like I said, Danbury is still building campers right up, you know, the T6s now, from what I've heard too and seen, but I haven't seen another early, you know, low light or anything like that from Danbury anywhere. So it's a little bit of another rarity to this bus too.